Hello, and welcome back to another video. I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A, especially because we don't really know each other that well, and maybe we do because you follow me on my other social media channels, but I thought it would be fun to do a little Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask any questions that you have, so I'm gonna go through some of them and give you all the tips, tricks, and also my background while we're here. Also, I'm kind of loving this background. I just got this new couch in my office, and I'm loving her. So one of the first questions is, what got you started in social media? There's a bit of a backstory. So I feel like since I was like super young, I always wanted to be in social media. I always loved influencers. I always loved watching YouTube, and I just loved the whole idea of social media. I was just stuck with like, how can I get into it? What can I do? And it all started in 2022, I want to say. I have to fact check that. Basically, I started in social media with UGC, and I started a Twitter account, and basically I started my whole journey with UGC. If you're not familiar with UGC, it's user-generated marketing. It's just creating ads for companies and organic ads for companies so that way they can promote their products without you having to actually post the video or the promotion on your social media. So you don't need a following for this. Basically, it's just a way for you to make videos and make ads and get paid for content without actually having a following, a community, or even just being an influencer. I need a moment here. Much better. Even back before doing UGC, I always wanted to have a dropshipping business because that was just like another way for me to be in social media. So I thought maybe I could have an online business and dropship products. And then what happened from there was I started this online store, and I started making my own videos to promote my store. It was like these little puppy products, whatever. And I basically had to create my own ads for it and my own organic content. And then I realized that I could be doing this for brands. And then I was like, wait a second, I could be doing this for brands. I was scrolling on TikTok one day, and I saw all these creators talking about how they do UGC and they're having success with it. So I looked into it more, and I was like, wait, I'm literally doing this for my brand right now that I'm starting. That same day I got on Twitter, I did so much research, and I just started my portfolio with the videos that I was using for my puppy brand. And then I started making other videos just to like fill in my portfolio. And then it just like kind of went from there. And then it started to segue into more Airbnb UGC content. So basically I started traveling a lot and doing UGC content just for Airbnb. So I'd reach out to Airbnb hosts, and I'd be traveling so many times a month and just getting content at their Airbnbs, videos and photos from to use as marketing. I was traveling by myself so much because my boyfriend had a job that he had to like go into a place at the time. So I was doing a lot of it alone, and I got pretty lonely even though it was so much fun. And then it shifted into influencing, and basically how this happened, which I still can't believe that it happened this way. My boyfriend and I had bought a house, and we were moving from our apartment to a house, which is where we are now. And basically I was reaching out to so many Amazon storefronts, people on Amazon, the sellers on there, and so many home brands saying that I want to create content for you guys. And I got so many yeses, and I started just doing unboxings and videos of all the furniture that I was getting, and it ended up being like I was furnishing my entire home. And that's exactly what we did. We finished our entire home, and then I started making affiliate money from that, and I started growing both my communities on TikTok and Instagram. It blew up so fast, but I put in so much time and effort into just like everything, and I loved every second of it. It didn't even feel like work. Once I started growing my socials, I could start charging more for working with furniture brands and home brands, and basically it just like angled me into that home niche, which I love. And now we're here. So basically I went from wanting to do a dropshipping store to creating ads for it to UGC to Airbnb UGC to now influencing. And I still do UGC on the side a little bit, but it's mainly just influencing, just because there's so much money to be made in influencing and social media that I'm just like holy cow. If you are wanting to be an influencer or just a UGC creator or any type of content creator, like it's gonna take time, and you will find your path. It's just a matter of like doing what you want in the moment and just working really hard for it, and eventually you'll get there. I did forget to add, I was coaching UGC and Airbnb UGC at the time. I absolutely loved it. I loved seeing creators that I would coach like start getting paid and start traveling for free and just doing all these amazing things. I eventually just realized that it wasn't for me to continue coaching, which is why I ended up making guides. I don't push it because I'm just like, if you want it, it's there, but if you don't, there's so much free information online. That's just my thoughts, and now I'm rambling, so we're gonna move on to the next question. How do you start as a beginner with no following? I honestly had no following. When I started posting on TikTok, I was just like everybody else. Like, we all start at the ground zero. My biggest advice that I tell everyone is don't tell anybody you're posting, don't tell anybody about it, and just post like you're already an influencer. And that is something that I always told myself, like post like no one's watching, post like no one cares, post like you're already an influencer, because eventually you will be one. The key is to just like post so much and see what works, and then whatever is working, keep repeating that. It's just a matter of trial and error. Like, I will not lie, I would cry and be so upset because I'm like, why is my content not working? Like, what am I doing wrong? But if your content's not working, there's a reason. You just have to be willing to like dive deeper and see why it's not working. Find creators that you enjoy watching their content and you think that you could recreate in your own way. Get inspo from other people and do it because you want to, not because you want a paycheck. That is something super big. I did coach a lot of people that just like really wanted to make money on social media, but they had other passions. Like, they wanted to go to school for something totally different, and they just had a passion in something that was not social media. And when you don't have that passion, it will be a lot harder to make something work. It's almost like going into the health field just because you want to be a surgeon, because you want to make a ton of money. But it's like, then you're going to become a surgeon, you're going to be so unhappy just because you put in all this time and money, and you wasted a lot of time because you're not happy. So my number one tip for starting as a beginner is just post so much and do trial and error. When I was trying to grow my community on TikTok, I was posting 3 to 5 times a day, every single day, and I gained about 10,000 followers from that. I'll insert the screenshots here. I was posting so much for an entire month, and I gained a lot of followers from that. The next question is, do you have a filter for your videos you use? I love the cohesiveness of your color story. For my videos, I don't have a preset that I use on them just because I feel like the quality gets ruined when I use a preset on my videos. But I do use a preset on all of my photos, especially for Instagram, because I love when my feed looks like this. I just love like the mutedness, and it just like feels like me. And I think it really sets you apart from people that don't have a preset or that don't have a cohesive feed. It doesn't make that much of a difference to like your friends or another creator that's looking at your profile, but it really matters more to like brands and companies that are reaching out to you, because they're gonna look at your account and be like, wow, like she has a really great feed. But the way that I have the filter on my Instagram photos, it's a preset on Lightroom. So Lightroom is where I like edit all of my photos. I actually created a preset of my own and just copy and paste it onto all my photos, and then like edit the lighting and the brightness and the contrast. And you can also edit your videos on there as well if you do want to. The next question is, what payment platform do you use to send invoices to brands, collecting money and collecting taxes? I used to use a payment processing app like bill.com and things like that. However, they take a hefty percentage. I started creating all of my invoices in Canva. So basically I just have an invoice like this, and then I'll insert my bank account information and the payment timeline where they have to pay me by, brands information, everything that needs to be there. I don't charge them taxes and fees and all that. I basically just charge them the rate that we agreed upon, and then for taxes I just take 10 to 15% and put it aside. I actually have an accountant that does all my taxes, so I already pay monthly to an account that will supplement itself for the end of the year. When I first started, I was just putting money aside, that way when tax season did come, I had that 10-15% because it's less in Nevada. That way I wasn't like scrounging for money or doing a payment plan. But I will say, having an LLC and all that like really does help with taxes. I was really scared in the beginning. I didn't have an accountant for so long, and I was doing my taxes myself on TurboTax, and it was a headache and a half, I will say. Like, it was scary. Get an accountant. You don't have to pay them monthly. I pay mine when I pay my taxes, and he's super affordable. He got me set up with my LLC and how to file, and he did all of my like tax write-offs and tells me what I should be writing off and what I should be doing, and the business card and how to pay myself back. I would definitely recommend investing in some type of tax person or just looking into that. I bought your info pack on UGC, but I'm still struggling from the UK. All gear and no idea. Actually, I did just make a video prior to this, and basically, one, you don't need any gear besides a phone and a tripod, honestly, and like microphone, headphones to really even get started in UGC, just because you don't want to have this amazing video quality for like TikTok and Instagram native videos. I just want to put that out there. If you're struggling in UGC, definitely get into the Twitter community if you're not in there already. I feel like the reason why I was making so much in UGC was because I was on Twitter, and I still today like get deals that are reaching out to me through email from my Twitter, and I haven't been on it in a pretty long time. The reason why I feel like Twitter is so important is because there's so many like brands and companies and social media managers and content strategists that work with companies, like they're always looking for UGC creators. It became like the best place to find them through Twitter. There are also like some websites that you can join to be a part of to get UGC deals. You need to have a portfolio to actually land clients. When I first started, I had a portfolio and I wasn't even working with clients. It seems crazy to have a portfolio when you don't have any experience, but make ads. Like just at your house, if you're not busy or if you don't have clients, act like you have a client. Grab something in your house, make a video, just formulating ads and add them to your portfolio and post them on Twitter. Like you're bound to get a deal. You just need to show that you know what you're doing when it comes to creating an ad. Say you've done all of that and you're like, I'm still not landing any clients, Chelsea. Like, what am I doing wrong? I would highly recommend going on a place like Indeed or Upwork and applying to UGC jobs there. They might not be paying that well, but at least to secure yourself some deals, that way you feel like you're actually like making money and you feel like you're just starting to make progress. I definitely recommend that. When I first started, I was on Indeed like it was nobody's business. I was constantly applying to social media jobs, not just UGC, but like social media management, engagement, all that stuff. One of the clients I landed was $1,250 a month, and I was just going on Monday through Friday and just like liking stuff and commenting back on Instagram. That was it. Like that was all I did, and I was making over $1,000 doing that. Next question is time management with content while in school or 9 to 5. I give so many props to the people that have a 9 to 5 or they're in school full time or they have kids and they're doing social media. It is a really creatively taxing job, and it can be really hard to do something full time while also trying to be creative in social media. And I will say I haven't had to like 100% deal with that and go through that, just because when I first started in this, I was working retail, so it wasn't really 9 to 5. I was doing some 8-hour shifts. I would honestly like be on my break and in the bathroom throughout my shift, like responding to emails and reaching out to brands and like putting myself out there. Like I was constantly tweeting and stuff while I was at work, just because I was like, I need to quit my job and I need to do social media full time, and this is what it's gonna take. So my advice to you is, if you're doing something full time but you also want to be in social media, is just schedule days where you can batch film or batch create or batch brainstorm. Like say you work Monday through Friday 9 to 5, or you're in school Monday through Friday and you just don't really have the time. Maybe Saturday is like your planning day for Sunday, and then Sunday you like go out and film, or you just like film everything that you have planned. You don't need to be creating and doing something all week. You can really set yourself up for success by just having 1 or 2 days prep, plan, edit, and post. I would say time management, like say you get home from work or school and you're like super tired, you don't want to work, totally fine. What I would do anytime I get like a content idea, or I was at work and I like got some great idea, or I'm like, oh, I wish I could film this and I can't, or I just didn't feel like it, I would just like jot all my notes down, like I need to film this, or I like this video, or I'd save this TikTok for later so that way I can refer back to it and use that sound. And then basically when the time would come where I can like film and do all these things, I had like everything in a note down and I would plan around that. As soon as I had natural lighting coming in through my home, like I would film from like 12 to 3, and then I just have all this content to edit and then post throughout the week. So that's how I'd recommend doing it. Like use your free time wisely, but also like don't creatively and physically burn yourself out, or else you're not gonna like want to pursue this as a career. Now the last question I'm gonna answer, because I feel like this is getting pretty long just because I'm a little blabbermouth, is how to find the best products to promote on Amazon. I feel like I'm constantly learning this. Like there's no one product that's going to be the best product to promote that you're going to know about. A little tip for finding products on Amazon: find some products that have little to no reviews, because not a lot of people are buying them. So that means not a lot of people have bought it, reviewed it, posted a TikTok on it, so you could possibly be like one of the first people. And honestly, if you buy something and there's no reviews and it's like a piece of shit product, you can just bring it back. Like you can just return it to Amazon because it was a waste of money, you know? Like Amazon's really great for that, because you can buy something, it's shit, and then you bring it back. Honestly, I just go with products that I know that I'm going to love. Like furniture, for example. I find furniture that I know is gonna look cute in my home, and I know I can make really cute content around it. It matches my aesthetic. Like all the boxes are checked for it's gonna work in my home and I can make content with it. And then sometimes like some products just go viral and some don't. Like I get products that I'd film and I'm like, wow, this is definitely gonna go viral. Like people are gonna love this, and then I post it and it like no one cared. So it's honestly hit or miss. Don't necessarily buy products and do things just because you're like, oh, I can possibly make money from this. I would say buy things and promote things that you genuinely love and you want to add in your home or your space or your closet, your wardrobe, anything like that. If something works, then just keep pushing it. Like say you buy a sweater and it goes viral, right? Like buy another one of that sweater and make more videos on it, and that way like you can keep making this video go viral, or you can keep pushing it. You'll get products and you'll promote them and then they don't do well, and then you'll get some that do well. So it's just like, it's a roller coaster ride of like, what am I doing wrong? But it's not you. So I personally love furniture just because when I moved into this house, like I got gifted so much furniture, and then I ended up buying furniture to like go with the furniture that I got gifted, and then I was reviewing furniture. But honestly, what it all comes down to is you loving the product and you creating content that you actually like to create. And also, do not sleep on TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is amazing for just like requesting free samples, and then you get these TikTok Shop sellers to send you the product, and you have 2 weeks to make a video on it. It doesn't have to be an ad or anything, but that's something I definitely also recommend, because you can also sometimes make more commission on TikTok Shop than you can on Amazon. For example, I'm making $53 of commission on a product that I'm not even pushing anymore, but the video is going viral from way back when. And I'm like, holy cow. And that is everything I have to talk about today. So that is my little Q&A. Thank you to those who asked me questions on Instagram. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.